Alright, so today we're going to be trying to fix a MacBook that is not working. This is an 820-00165 motherboard. We're going to be trying to figure out what's wrong with this 820-00165 motherboard. Let's get this thing on the desk. Let's get rid of crotch cam. That's going to get me some unwanted attention. And plug it in. As can be seen, we do get a light in the charger, but no fan spin. And my power supply says we're taking 94 milliamps. Now 94 to 150 milliamps typically means that it is trying to turn on, but it is failing to turn on, and that's typically because it's stuck, it's in an SO state, but also its power good is not present because of some missing SO rail. That's usually the case. Or the second thing that's typically the case when you're getting that type of reading is PP bus G3 hot is short-circuited to ground by, let's say, some sort of CPU vCore or PP bus capacitor. So let's see what could be the case here. Let's just get my multimeter on and get some measuring done. Don't remind me, hi. I spent 4 hours proofreading that shit. Thanks a lot. Don't remind me. Okay, so first thing to do, let's go through the list of good old power rails over here. Let's turn on Paul Daniels' execrable software. God kval, chill dude man guy. God kval. First thing we're going to do is check one of our SO rails. So like PP5 ESO. I don't Cletus, but that is something I should make someday when I have the time. If I come to the store on Friday, will you dropkick me? I may not dropkick you, but Swedish punching lady may Swedish punch you. To Janair. To Janair to you too. Okay. So we get 5 volts on PP5 ESO. That means that we're likely in an SO state. So what's most likely going on is we have an SO power rail that's missing. Remember, if you have a single SO power rail, that typically means all the S3s, S4s, and S5s are there. If you have an S3 power rail, that means all the S4s and S5s are there. It saves you some time in the troubleshooting process, which is why knowing what those numbers mean, knowing how much amperage the logic board is taking by using the reading from the DC power supply is really helpful. So my MagSafe here is not actually going to an Apple power brick. I try to avoid having Apple products on my desk or in my store. That's actually going to a circuit specialist power supply. I cut off the tip, plugged it in there, so I can see exactly how many amps it's using. And this is going to save me a little bit of time. Now we're going to see if we have an issue with the all-assist power good area. And if we do, what can we do to solve that? Shienera. So the all-assist power good area is going to be right over here by Q8150. Let's go over this because it can be a little bit confusing. The first part that's confusing over here is where it says ISL version used for development. Everything you see over here is not actually on the board. So this chip, these resistors, all this doesn't exist. This exists, this exists, this does not, which is kind of strange because this attaches to this, which makes one imagine that this would not be here. Shianada. I have an excellent teacher, by the way, which is what's helping. Thank you. Now, this over here is going to be the list of all the different rails that I need for this to work. I need PP5VSL, PP3V3SL, PP1V5SL, PP1V8S3, PP5ES4, S3, PP5ES4RS3, whatever the hell, PP1VSO, PP1V05SO, and DDR-Reg. Now, ALSYS power grid is going to be pulled up by this. So PM sleep S3 buff L. PM sleep S3L is the signal that's required to get us to an SO state. This is a pull-up resistor, meaning it's going to pull the signal up to 3.3 volts, which is what PM sleep S3L is. Now, over here, any of these P goods, can, if the chip is not working, can actually short this to ground. And as well, ALSYS power grid can also be shorted to ground if any one of these signals are not working. So if any one of these are missing, then this whole thing's gonna get shorted to ground. Now remember, I'm not trying to measure the P good signals themselves. I don't care about that, because remember, if one's missing, all of them will be missing. Thank you very much, Rockford Tech, by the way. What I'm looking for are the actual power rails associated with these P good signals. So PP1V8S3, PP5ES4RS3, and remember that the power rails themselves are going to be spelled a little bit differently than the P good signal. So for example, it's PP1V05_SL. Here it's P1V05SL. You'll get the catch of this as time goes on. So let's go to the top here. Now I already measured PP5VSO. I need to measure that. Next up I'm going to measure is PP3V3SO. So let's check and see if we got our PP3V3SO, and hopefully we do. Crikey, it seems like somebody from the dingo and koala part of the world is here. Hello, Teresa. How is your kangaroo doing this morning? All I can do is swap screens and battery on iPhone. Well, you're going to learn how to do more. You better pay attention to these videos because you should be making more money by offering more services. Alright, so as we can see, this board is filled with solder and flux, mostly flux residue. Yay! Which means it's not going to be an easy one. So as we can see here, we are getting 3.3 volts, just as expected. So next rail that we're going to check is PP1V5SO. Let's see if we have PP1V5SO. We have PP1V5SO. Next up, we're going to check all of these rails over here. So we need PP1V8S3. Let's check that. Okay, let's see. Let me just get this steady. My hand is shaking a bit, so it's kind of hard to hold the multimeter probe. Fuck you, CAG repeats. Alright. So here we have 1.8 volts. So that is going good. Next up, we need PP5ES4RS3. Now this is going to be useless to check because PP5ES4RS3 is going to need to be present in order to get PP5ESO. And it is. No surprise there. Next up is PP1V05SO. Out of curiosity, what does PP stand for? You know what PP stands for. Don't make me say that out loud. Burrito is here. But we must fix the board first. I can't eat my food until I fix the board. Must eat the board. I mean, not must eat the board. Must fix the board. Damn it, my appetite is speaking for me now. Must eat the board. I would like to eat the floor. The problem is that Nasera, also known as aka Swedish Punching Lady, will not let me eat my food until I fix the board. She's a harsh boss. Difficult taskmaster. Whoa. So we are getting 1.06 volts there. Next up, we need DDR reg pgood. So let's find DDR reg pgood. Where is that coming from? That comes out of U7400. So U7400 is going to be responsible for making the DDR reg rail. What rail are we looking for? We're looking for... peas diets. We are looking for PP1V2S3, the last rail.
No. What I'm saying is where the Wi-Fi card is from the whole. Alright, just put it in my name and I'll find out.
GeoSam, that's a question for Hewlett Packard. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So, let's check and see if we have PP1V2 S3. 1.21. 1.21 is a little... Yeah, 1.2. This is what I'm supposed to be getting. So now, this is where this begins to become a bit of a clusterfuck, because I have every rail that I need for Allsys Power Good. So now let's go back to the Allsys Power Good circuit and see if Allsys Power Good is showing. Damn, I was hoping I'd find a missing power rail so that Nasera would let me eat my food. But I didn't find the rail. I'm so hungry. Please, may I eat? Please. Please, boss. Can I eat my food? I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. Okay. Let's check Allsys Power Good. That's going to be over here. .39 volts. Not correct. So there's two possibilities here. Behind door number one of these resistors for these voltage dividers that go to the transistor is broken. Behind door number 2, transistor is broken. Behind door number 3, this resistor is not working as a pull-up resistor properly. So let's see which one it is. So let's check R8167. R8167 is going to be over here. That's going to be our pull-up resistor. Is our pull-up resistor in good condition? Our pull-up resistor over here looks mighty fine. I'm just going to check the resistance of it anyway. It's supposed to be 10 kiloohms. 10 kiloohms. So I'm going to guess that our issue is with our Allsys Power Good transistor. By the way, everybody, I put my entire video collection of logic board repairs on my website, boards.rossmangroup.com. It is free for all to view. It is being hosted by Vimeo, and I organized every single board repair by not only the board type, but also problem type to make it much easier to browse through. So if you are looking for a specific issue or a specific board or any sort of stuff like that, for the repair videos, you'll find that I have about 5 years of stuff all archived there. Not only is the quality of the encoding considerably better than the YouTube ones because of Vimeo's encoding process, it also is completely 100% ad-free, besides SHILLING for store.rossmangroup.com. So you're not going to see you're not going to see banners within in the video itself, and you're not going to see those annoying pre and post roll ads if you check it out on that site, and it's all freely available. So just in case YouTube ever does something stupid and my stuff disappears, that is a place where you'll be able to find all this stuff, and I'll be uploading all the videos to Vimeo as well. Louis, are you sleeping well? No, I'm sleeping fairly terribly as of the past 2 weeks. Sucks. Now this chip didn't seem really perfectly soldered on there, so I'm fussing it down, pushing it. What did you do, dum-dum? That's what I was thinking, because I noticed that the chip was not fully soldered onto the board, at least on the left pin. So let's take a look and see if we get any sort of different result, perhaps anything ending in a fan spin. Also, it looks like this thing next door took a shit. Is it just me, or does that... Yeah, that looks kind of funny. What's up with that? Let's get that in better focus. What the hell's going on here? Well, that's something that I'm going to keep in mind, that area is a little messed up looking. The first thing I'm going to do is see if I get a fan spin. So if I get a fan spin, Sarah said that I'm allowed to eat. I am hungry. Damn. No fan spin. Pain. Alright. So, next theory. So what if this chip is actually creating the rail it's supposed to be creating? What if it's actually creating that rail, but it's not creating the P-good signal the way it's supposed to be creating the P-good signal? Because remember, PP1V05SO is a part of the whole P-good signal process, because it has all this nasty-looking crap near it. Like, when you see that discoloration, that yellowish-brownish, it's very similar to what you find in people's underwear when they get scared and they shit themselves. And chips can shit themselves as well. They don't teach you about that in electronics engineering school, but it's true. So let's see if this chip happened to shit itself. So I saw that nastiness by it. We are just going to repeal and replace this chip with one that has not shit itself. After this, it'll be burrito time.
So it was working, but the fan was sticky. So I didn't know that there is fan spin, but it wasn't because it was
That's
stuck.
trolling.
There's no way I have managed.
Oh yeah,
It was around 0.5. I'm like, why isn't this spinning? It was like really stuck. So I started spinning out there.
Wish me luck. As you can see, we have a spinning fan. The fan spins. So this is a really unique Alsa's Power Good problem that I have not had before, where we actually had all the rails required for Alsa's Power Good. Now, I've had Alsa's Power Good missing in the past for two different reasons. The first reason I've had it missing would be that this resistor over here was corroded, and as a result, even though all of the signals were present, Alsa's Power Good was not being pulled up. The second reason that I've had this issue was Q8150 would be broken and would be pulling everything to ground, even if it wasn't supposed to. And the third reason could be that one of the power rails required to create the Ultra's power good signal was missing. Now here, it wasn't any of those. The transistor wasn't to blame. All of my power rails required to create Ultra's power good were present, even PP1V05 SOP good. The funny part here that was trolling me is that even though all the power rails were present, I was making a false assumption that everything on the chip was working, even if it wasn't. So over here, this chip was doing its job. It was creating PP1V05SO. It was doing its job as a buck converter. However, it was not doing its job in terms of the P-good signal. This chip was actually pulling down the P-good signal because it was half functional. So U7600 was half functional, and that was because, as I showed you, the chip took a shit, which happens from time to time. And yeah, they don't teach you that in school now, do they? Chips can indeed shit themselves. And as usual, I forgot to hit start record on this video. Fuck me. Lame. All right. So I'm gonna eat myself a burrito, and I will see you in the next video. That really sucks. That was a unique repair, and I only have it at ridiculously low bit rate now. Grr. Forgot to hit the button. Pissing me off. Oh well. Oh well.